Hello guys, welcome to TechBay. In this video, I'm going to show you how to parse a JSON file in Swift. Before we begin, I'll show you a JSON file. This one I'm going to use in my project. It's a simple JSON file with an array named cars, an array containing dictionaries 1 to the total of 5, and the dictionary is having name and ID. Name is it will take the name of the cars you can see here, and ID is simply going to be 1 2 3 4 5, and name of the car here is actually the name of the images that I'm going to use in the project. You can see here Benz BMW like this. So let's open the Xcode and begin. Create a new Xcode project. Select single view app, give next, give a product name, let it be car. Make sure you have selected Swift and give next. Create. Before we begin, I will drag the assets that we need in our project. First one is going to be our JSON file. Copy items if needed, and the image assets. Image assets are okay. Now let's go to main the storyboard. Now from the library, let's drag a table view. Now set the constraints are 0. Add 4 constraints. Now let's drag a table view cell into our table view. Let's expand it. Now we will add an image view in order to display our cars image. Let's give a constraints 0 from left, 0 from top, 0 from bottom, 134 from right side, and we will add a label. This label here at the top, this one is for our ID. Left, right, top, and height. We'll add one more label. This label actually is for our car name. Okay, let's give constraints left, right, top, and height. Now let's create a new file. Cocoa touch class. Next, it should be a subclass of UI table cell. Let's name it as a T cell, something like that. Create. Now we will set our table cell as a newly created file in class T cell. Now I will set the identifier, reusable identifier as ID. Now it's time to map the variables. Let's create a reference for our table view in view controller. Now let's open our table view cell file. Now I'll map the image. Let it be car image. The first label is going to be ID label, and the second one is going to be car name. Now let's go to view controller. We'll create a function here, parse, Now we will specify the path for our JSON file here as a URL. Let URL is equal to bundle dot main dot URL. You can see here one with the for resource and with the extension. I'll use that one. For resource name, I'm going to write the cars. You can see here cars, and the extension is simply JSON. Now we have our file path here, and we need to check whether we have their file exists or not. In order to do that, if let URL is equal to URL, if there is file, then we will try to convert it into data. For that, let data is equal to try data of using the contents of URL option. The URL is going to be our URL. Okay, now we will use a do statement, and we will check whether we have there exists the data or not. The data is equal to data. If there is data, we will proceed, or else we will simply return. So if there is data, we will try to fetch the data. Let JSON is equal to try JSON serialization, this one dot one with the reading option, that is going to be data, and double click here, and dot mutable containers. We will force unwrap this. We will unwrap this one as a NS dictionaries. Okay, now we have a JSON file here. You can see we fetch here the entire JSON file here. Now we need to fetch the cars array from this JSON file. For that, let array cars array is equal to JSON dot value for key. Here the key is going to be cars. The array name cars is our key. So now we have our array. Now from this cars array, we will try to fetch the dictionaries using for array data in cars array. We will convert the data inside this array as a dictionary, and we will store this one in a variable. Let it be car. Let car is equal to array data this for array. We need to convert the force and wrap this one as NS array as NS array. Okay, now array data as string any. So now we have our dictionary here in the car, and we need to fetch the inside item, that is the name and ID, using the keys name and ID. For that, first we will fetch the ID garlet. ID is equal to car id, and here you can see we have there total 5 IDs and the 5 image name. So we need to store these IDs in one array in order to display. So I will create two arrays, one for ID, one for name, where it will be ID array is equal to is of a string next where image array is equal to string here we need to use a else statement because we are using a guard return. Okay, if there is no error, then we will append our id into our id array dot append id, and now we will retrieve our name guardlet name is equal to is going to be car name. Now is actually image array dot append name. Return this one append no it's not contents of append new element string is going to be id, and we need to because this one is in any form, we need to first unwrap this one as a string, and here also same, just give it a fix. Now we need to add a cat block here in order to trace the error. Cat let error as ns error print error dot localized description. Okay, now there will be no errors. Now it's time to implement our table view. So add UI table view delegate and UI table view data source. Now we'll table reference dot delegate equal to self table reference dot data source equal to self. Just give it a fix and we will get two methods. We will just fill that method here. Okay, and now here we need number of rows in our section. The number of rows in our section is actually the number of the cars actually here from is actually count of the dictionaries. We will track the count from here by creating a variable. Let it be a variable count is equal to int function. Now from here we will take the count. Let count is equal to class array dot count. Okay, now here rows number is going to be written count. Now let's create a cell. Let cell is equal to our table views table reference dot dq reusable cell with identifier and index path. Identifier is going to be id, index path simply index path, and we'll force untap this one as a t cell, our table view cell. Now let our cell dot id label is equal to our id array. We will fetch the item using index path dot array row. Here id label dot text. Now cell dot car image dot image is equal to your image name. Here we have array image array dot index path index path dot row. Now we need to display our name. Cell dot car name dot text is equal to image array index path dot row. Return cell. And before we run, we need to add our file here in view.load, not the file, the function, parse function, and we'll also set our table view height, row height, let it be 300. Now it's time to run. Oh, hello guys, you can see here we are able to display the image, the ID number here, and the image name also. This is how to pass the JSON file in Swift. Thanks for watching. Please don't forget to give thumbs up and subscribe.